Hello, welcome to another Sophisticated Saturday where together we work through my to-do list and get things done around the house. I actually just got back from doing a Target trip. I did a pickup order and have to put all of these groceries away. I have a friend who's coming over a little bit later this afternoon and we are going to make cinnamon rolls. She's never made them before, and I have a recipe that I absolutely love. So I'm gonna help teach her how to make cinnamon rolls and send her home with some so she can freeze them as well. She's pregnant, so I think she also wants to have some in her freezer for like a little freezer stock when she's postpartum. And then her husband's gonna come and bring their kids over and play with our kids, and we're all gonna have dinner tonight. So I need to clean up the kitchen as well as putting this away. I am making some focaccia bread for dinner tonight to add to, we're also having like salmon and stuff. So I need to also clean up the living room. I have a load of laundry running, a lot of things before she comes over. So let's get to it. First things first was to unload all of the groceries that I grabbed from Target. I had all of the things on the floor, so I wanted to get everything that needed to go into the refrigerator, the pantry. I had a little bit of decanting to do, just kind of some stuff that I needed to make the cinnamon rolls. I wanted to have all of those ingredients. My friend is bringing some ingredients for dinner over as well, but I told her I would cover the cinnamon rolls and got some veggies and stuff that we could roast up to help make sure we had some veggies for dinner as well. And then I also got a few groceries for the rest of the weekend and to get us to Monday. I think I have enough stuff to get us through Monday night dinner. And then for Tuesday and stuff, I might need to get more depending on how long leftovers get. I just finished up decanting some of the noodles and the basmati rice. I ran out of that. I just threw away the last little bit that I had. I also got some more brown sugar because I know I'm going to run out when I'm making the cinnamon rolls. And then next order of business, I just really need to get this kitchen cleaned up. So I am going to empty the dishwasher. We need to start to refill the dishwasher and probably clean off all the countertops really well, just because I know we're going to be using them to roll out dough. So I want to make sure those are very clean. I also was going to clean off my stove top. I'm not going to be cooking back there, so I just want to have a clean work surface. I personally hate going to other people's homes, and like if you're going to cook in their kitchen and it's dirty, that's just like kind of gross. So I don't want to have a dirty kitchen when somebody's coming over to cook at my house. So dirty dishes, then I want to run the dishwasher so there's enough time to put those dishes away before she gets there. It makes it a lot easier after I have a lot of people over as well to have an empty dishwasher. So at the end of the night, I can just load up all of those dishes that both make to dinner and to eat on. I'm giving the sink a really good scrub too. I had all of those dirty dishes, so it was really dirty in there. I used my baking soda sink scrub. I just add some essential oils in there. And then I also grabbed the soft scrub because number one, I ran out of the sink scrub. And number two, I wanted to really give it a deep clean, and the soft scrub adds a little bit as well. Then just spray a tiny bit of the dish soap in there, a little bit of water, and scrub away. Actually, we had a plumber out here not that long ago, and he noticed that the back side of our sink, like the side that I'm standing on, is starting to sink in. Like, no pun intended, but it is sinking in on that side. He thinks that we have to have our whole countertop reset because there's a gap and water starting to leak through there. It honestly just feels like there's always something when you own a house that is breaking or in need of repair or even just preventative maintenance sometimes. So he said if we don't get it taken care of, like at one point our sink is literally just going to fall through the countertop. I don't think we're by any means at that situation, but it's just another thing on the radar that it seems like we have to fix in the future. Okay, so I kept cleaning the kitchen. I don't want to bore you with the entire scrubbing of all the countertops and the stovetop and all of that, but I also cleaned the floors a little bit. I didn't go wild because we actually have a cleaning person coming to our house to clean tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. So I want to make sure it's not gross and dirty in here, but also there's going to be 4 kids here eating in just a few hours and they're going to make a huge mess. So I don't want to overdo it. And like I said, somebody's going to come clean our house, which I'm very excited before the holidays, and my parents are coming in town. Both boys' birthdays are coming up. So I just want it cleaned before all of those things. And that means I can take it a little bit easy on the cleaning tasks before they come.
I can't shake that feeling that we said goodbye too soon. I know the hour's getting late. I shouldn't sit here contemplating. I just can't stop thinking about us.
I did a load of dark laundry. I'm sitting and watching my iPad. I was catching up on The Ultimatum on Netflix. It's honestly such a silly show. I don't even know why I was watching it. I need a better show to watch, but I get so drawn into some of those like Netflix dating shows. I love Love is Blind. That one is really entertaining to me. The Ultimatum is okay. Definitely not one of my favorites, but I was watching that while folding laundry and then got that put away before heading back downstairs.
Said goodbye too soon.
Okay, so I probably should have started this part a little bit earlier, but the hard part about the focaccia bread is that it needs 12 to 24 hours for the first rise. So I made this dough last night. Should have made it yesterday morning, honestly, but I am going to add in some olive oil into a metal baking pan or dish. It's 1/3 of a cup here. This takes a long time to pour. But all of that olive oil and the salt, I feel like, is kind of what makes the focaccia bread so delicious. So I'm adding that in, kind of spreading it around. Okay, then it says to use a spatula to kind of pull the edges of the dough, flip it onto the oiled pan, stretch it out. It says that, you try and spread it, but don't worry if it doesn't fill the corners of the pan. Cover tightly with plastic wrap, and then you want to let it rise again for 2 to 3 hours, which it's 1:30 right now. So 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, I don't know. Maybe it's good timing. Kind of wanted to have the bread made before they came over, but that's okay. Okay, so I have clean hands, and I'm just going to kind of stretch it out. Here's not the point where you dimple it yet. That comes in later. Just stretching it. It is like soup in olive oil. And we will cover it and come back to it in a few hours. actually ended up putting a wooden cutting board on top of that just to make sure that it was sealed really good with the plastic wrap. I always feel like plastic wrap is just a little bit loose, so putting something on top of it helped. And then I went into my office. There was a few things that I wanted to work on my computer. You can see I'm cleaning out emails. And then I also was working on some images on Canva. I love using Canva if you haven't used it before. It is such a great tool to do a million different things, but I created these little posters because I have been doing some research and been getting some feedback on a concept called like a calm down corner. And so I'm making a little calm down corner in my office. It's like a special place. It's probably a little too advanced for Henry, who's 1, but Owen, who's 3, if he just needs a spot to kind of like chill out and take a moment, if he's feeling overwhelmed by something or angry about something, then I've made a little spot that he can come hang out, and it's his special spot. I've told him that it's not for Henry, it's just for him. It's not for mommy and for daddy. It's all of the special things for Owen. And I'm putting like resources and toys and things like that are all focused on kind of regulating emotions, just because I think for toddlers that's a really difficult task. So I'm doing whatever I can to make it a little bit easier. We had a teepee downstairs which broke, and I got a dog bed to go in the bottom of that teepee, and it has no home right now. So I think I'm going to use that as the foundation for the little corner. I also have some couch pillows that are not being used right now, so I'm going to toss them in there. I have a toy bin that's also not being used. Here are some of the emotions toys that I talked about, a little Pop-It, as well as some fun little games. There are other cards that I've had laminated, some other like learning resources that we have, and I'm just going to put that bin right there, and I'm going to hang up the posters that I just printed out and laminated. One is a sign saying calm corner, and the other 2 are talking about what emotions you're having, how bad are the emotions, and then the other one is a picture of a hand showing 5-finger breathing that you can kind of trace your finger and practice breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out, because believe it or not, those are all learned skills that are definitely not inherent in toddlers. Okay, so something happened with the audio here, of course, but I am back in the kitchen and I will narrate and let you know what was going on. But I was heating up the milk. The milk actually needs to be warm, and I'm getting the base for the cinnamon rolls going because my friend let me know that she was going to be a little bit later than planned, and cinnamon rolls have multiple rises to them. So you have to make the dough, it needs to rise, and then you roll out the cinnamon rolls, cut them up, put them into the pan, and then they need to rise again. So I needed to get moving even though she wasn't here yet, which I feel bad because the whole idea was to make the cinnamon rolls together, but that's okay. I'm getting them started with the dough, and I decided to triple the recipe, which in retrospect was potentially a mistake. The mixer for sure was overworked by a triple batch of this. I have doubled it before, but I've never tripled it, and the motor was just working so hard. I do have the bigger KitchenAid mixer. There's the kind of standard classic one where the head picks up and goes down if you want to take it on and off of the bowl, or this one where the bowl actually lifts up to the head. That one is the heavier duty one and the larger bowl, so it can handle a little bit more, but tripling the recipe was clearly too much for it to handle. Okay, so once I got it mixed, I put some saran wrap on top, plastic wrap, and then put it in the oven that I had heated to 200, turned off the oven, and then put it in there for 10 minutes with the door slightly open, and then let it rise even more for an hour with the door closed. It is almost 9 o'clock. Both of the kids are down, but I did not want to leave you hanging. I had to show you the cinnamon rolls that are right here, and hold on, we gotta go in the pantry because I put the focaccia bread away. It turned out delicious. Honestly, it seems like there's a lot of olive oil in it, but it was so good. And it was just kind of a wild day, but hold on, here we go. This is the focaccia bread. So good. The flaky sea salt is absolutely the key. I will try and put both recipes somehow in the description box below if I can, or put them on the screen or something, because they're both great. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, but until next time, I will see you all later.